What is going on, guys? It is your boy KingMLG back here with another video. So today we're going to be talking about my shoulder dislocation, which happened again. Maybe you've seen the pictures on either Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram. They were all over the place. Or maybe if you live close, in the local news, actually. So yeah, let me tell you guys what happened. So some of you, the more old-time viewers, might remember that my shoulder has been dislocated twice before. One really big accident, one small one where I never really covered it. It was just some small thing that I said in my vlog I uploaded. No big deal whatsoever. But yeah, one time it actually went wrong. I had to go to the hospital, blah blah blah. But it happened again. So I want to go tell you guys the story today of what happened. Some of you might have seen this already over social media somewhere. I'm just assuming many of you have. I saw a lot of people in the lobby that didn't know yet, that were talking to me like, yo, can we 1v1? I'm like, bro, I literally have one arm that functions correctly, the other one is literally about to fall off. So for those of you who want to know, I'm fine right now. Nothing to worry about right now. Obviously I might die in Minecraft because I haven't played whatsoever. I haven't even logged on. I literally just logged on, told my guild what happened, and then decided to make a video. I got my arm out of my sling right now to make this video, so I don't want to make this video too long, but I also want to take the time to explain what happened to you guys, because to me it's very important to let you guys know what happened, assuming that this channel is mainly here because of you guys. So it would be nice to let you guys know what's going on with me. So let's get into it, right? But before we do, last thing, I just remember now, I'm now using one arm to make this video, and I'm gonna try to make a video every now and then when having my arm kind of function with me and that the painkillers aren't too bad. But I do not want to go out of my comfort zone too much with this, assuming that I might actually have a problem, right? Like I need to make sure I heal enough, so I'm not gonna take out my arm of this sling every 2 seconds to play Minecraft. Like I won't be playing, I will just be making a video every now and then, try to keep you guys up to date with things and stuff, and try to, you know, entertain you guys, even though my shoulder you know, it's kind of screwed. You guys probably all understand why. I know some people might say like, oh, relax. Even my IRL friends are like, Lieutenant, you need to relax more. That's not who I am. I like to get things done. So without further ado, I'm gonna be telling you the story of what happened. So it was Christmas, actually. It was on the day of Christmas. I was going out to train. I train every single day, almost every single day, except Saturdays. As of right now, I do not train on Saturdays, just because I work on Saturdays and my work is physically tiring, so I don't work out on Saturday. But I'll continue the story in the next. So because I work on a Saturday for 8 hours physically hard work, I try to skip or form my schedule around so I don't have to work out on Saturday. So that's also my quote-unquote rest day, because I don't want to work out every single day. Sometimes I take an extra rest day, really depends on what my body feels like. For those of you who do not know, I do calisthenics, so I saw a lot of people asking like, what exactly do you do? But yeah, that's what I do. So I was working out. I was feeling really energetic. I worked out my back, so I was gonna do explosive chest workout, because I was like, right, I want to do one of those again, because you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, do something different, right? So I was doing really well. I was getting my sets and reps in, doing some freestyling. I was doing really well. And then all of a sudden, with one of the last flying Superman push-ups, if you know what that is. If you don't, it's basically like a push-up where you launch your complete body up into the air. I did one of those and I landed wrong, and because I didn't land it correctly, my shoulder dislocated. So to give you guys some more information on dislocations, because I'm assuming many of you do not know what that is or how exactly it works. So basically, you have your shoulder joint, which can pop two different ways when it actually goes wrong. So it can pop forward. In 95% of the cases, your shoulder pops forward, and in 5% of the cases, it pops backwards. So assuming I've already had 2 dislocations before, it's already stretched out. Like, my shoulder's already kind of fucked, right? So, because I already had these dislocations before, I had to obviously be careful, but those were both forward dislocations. So it wasn't really that big of a deal, right? I could just continue with the things that didn't involve forward or movement, right? Or backwards movement, I mean. So it wasn't that big of a deal as long as I avoided things like a handstand or something where it could possibly happen again, because that's what happened one time. But I was doing the squishy right, and then I fell, I didn't land correctly, and my shoulder dislocated backwards. Obviously this hurt. The first time that your shoulder dislocates, or like an elbow dislocates, the first time is the most painful thing ever. I looked it up. It's one of the most painful things somebody can experience, especially at a younger age. It's really, it's just devastating, honestly. Like, you don't want to go through that. I hope you guys never have to go through it. Like, if you've had it before, like an actual shoulder dislocation, not just where it pops out, it pops in, no, actually like dislocation, you'll know, like, it's just, I literally have a trauma. Like, I sometimes I just like get scared because of it. It's just weird. Like, you don't want to think about it. You can like relive the moment. But yeah, that's that. So it dislocated backwards. Obviously it was the first time it dislocated backwards. So for me, hella pain. At first. So I was laying on the road when this happened. Oh, right, he's just gonna die. I'll continue this in the next round, I guess. So I was at this more kind of like an abandoned place, so I wouldn't be obnoxious with music and just working out and stuff, because I don't know, that's just what I mostly do. And I was alone, obviously. It was Christmas, so there weren't that many people around. And then I fell. Obviously, I was recording a video for my phone for something to just like make sure I was doing things correctly. So I could like check back. So my phone wasn't in my pocket, and I fell, and I obviously couldn't move because you can't stand up because you can't like push yourself, and you just can't get up because I was laying on my stomach. So I couldn't get up, right? So you have to take that in mind. I couldn't get up, so I had to crawl to my phone, open my bag with my mouth to then take out my phone, try to call 112, which is the Dutch 911 number if you weren't aware. So that's what I did. I shouted for help, and at the same time I was like, help, someone help, right? People that passed me already, that I waited to pass so I could, like, you know, do my thing, they literally didn't turn around. They gave zero fucks. They didn't turn around whatsoever. They just left me. So I was laying there for I think about 10 minutes until I actually someone came over. I had called 911. So 112, I mean, which is basically 911. I'm just gonna call it 911 for those of you to make it easier to understand, right? So I called the 911 number, the emergency line, and I tell them like, yo, my shoulder's dislocated, like, I need your help. I've had this before. I know what needs to be done, but I can't do it myself. I need you to send an ambulance over. So they think I'm joking. They think like, how is he like calm, and like, what do you mean he knows what's going on? Like that doesn't make sense. So he first asked me if it's a prank. I'm just like, bro, no, I'm literally like, I need help right now. And then this guy asks me again, like, yo, where are you? I didn't know the name. I was at the edge of the forest. I was slowly getting undercooled until people actually came over. They helped me out. They put like blankets over me, and they took off their coats, put them on me, like basically piled them on top of me. They kind of like made it so there was a little incline or decline or whatever you want to call it, so I could lay my back onto their knees, so I could like kind of have somewhat support. I had to wait another 15 minutes for the ambulance finally showing up, because that guy on the phone was literally a proper retard. Like, actually, like, that's one of the most retarded people I've ever talked to in my entire life. Like, what do you mean it's a prank? You could literally hear my heavy breathing because my shoulder was dislocated, obviously, and my screaming because of the pain. And this guy thought it was some kind of joke, which to me is kind of weird, right? But yeah, that guy was probably one of the most retarded people I've ever talked to. I swear to God. But yeah, the ambulance finally came over, so that was good, but there was still another problem. They couldn't get my arm back in, Oh, this guy gets all the stuff. Right, I'll see you guys in the next round. Oh, sweet, guys. I just leveled up. That's nice. But yeah, they couldn't get my arm back into the first method. There's two methods to get a dislocated shoulder back in. They had to get some kind of like rope or whatever. I can't really remember, obviously, because of it went really fast. But this literally like 100-kilogram guy literally fucking roped me up or some shit. Then literally starts hanging from the rope. This guy weighs like 100 kilograms, right? He starts hanging on the rope, like just letting go of his feet off the ground. He just literally starts like hanging onto the rope. My shoulder finally snaps back in, me screaming, like, I don't know, it was just so painful. Like, you don't understand, like, my wrist, my whole arm was white. I was undercooled. My shoulder has been dislocated for 25 minutes. I was dying. Like, I was like, there were like 20 people watching at that point. I was on the edge of the forest. Like, so many people that passed by that were like jogging and stuff came over, and they were like, I don't know, looking at it and stuff, and I was screaming. I had to call my mom in the meantime as well. She was there too. It was just one painful situation. Honestly, don't really want to talk about it too much because it just brings back all the memories. I removed mostly all of the videos and photos taken from that day just because I don't want to think about it all that much, because it just brings back the pain and the trauma and stuff. So I really don't want to get into that too deep. So yeah, I got they pulled it back in. I was sent to the hospital, got painkillers, research, x-rays taken, had to make some appointment to come back in and stuff like that. Got a sling or a mold or whatever you want to call that for my arm, and yeah, that's really it. That's what happened. For those of you who have been living under a rock or just don't follow me on social media, you totally should. But yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, honestly, a life-threatening situation for sure. Assuming I was undercooled, I could have literally died. When I would have, if I would have passed out, it would have been a horrible situation for sure. Assuming I would have passed out and then in the cold, I would have just either have lost my arm because the nerve system would have been damaged. Because they said they were just in time, that I was lucky to like that they were there so fast, quote unquote, so fast. It took forever. They said I was lucky that they were there so fast or something, because otherwise my nerve system would have been permanently damaged, obviously. Oh, I'm still using my Christmas skin. That's awkward, but. Yeah, they said I was lucky because obviously if it would have taken any longer, they would have had me, you know, my nervous system would have been damaged in my arm, so it would have been a problem with using my arm properly. Obviously, my arm, after the x-rays, they told me that nothing in my arm broke, or shoulder, or back broke, because my shoulder was dislocated towards the back. So obviously, my shoulder, like, my shoulder joint was in my back. Like you don't understand. Like, just picture your shoulder, like, pinching in your back, but then, like, actually dislocated backwards. It's really weird to understand, really, because it looks disgusting. But there's stretch marks on my back and everything. From the shoulder joint that was pinching in my back, so that's kind of disgusting. But you know, it's fine, I guess. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm glad to be alive, and that's why you don't work out on Christmas, kids. No, honestly, like, even with this all happened, I think that in some way it's good that it happened. It made me realize a lot of things. You know, when you're laying there on the ground, it makes you be aware of a lot of things. Like, you realize a lot of things, because at some point it was cold, nobody was coming over. It was like 8 minutes after the dislocation. I was laying there on the ground, no one there. I was literally about to pass out. Like, if no one would have come over, I would have been screwed. Because just imagine you found a guy laying on his stomach. Obviously, you turn him around, and then when you turn him around, his shoulder snaps. Like, it just, you break something or you fuck something up, because you can't move. Like, the thing not to do with a shoulder dislocation is touch it if you're not gonna pull it back. You're just literally gonna fuck up the person's arm, or even more in their body. So always get some assistance, like, in that situation. But if I would have passed out, I was literally fighting for my life not to pass out, because, you know, I just didn't want someone to find me and turn me around or some shit and then damage me forever, or just pass out and die or something. In that situation, you can't think straight. The only thing you're thinking about is trying to quote unquote survive. You just want to make sure you stay alive and don't pass out. That's really all you're up to, honestly. And then you're just quite scared of what's gonna happen. And then in a situation like that, you're just happy that there's people that work for an ambulance kind of thing. Obviously, that just saves that basically saved your life. Later, actually, I went over to the lady that helped me out, that found me. I gave her some chocolates and stuff because I just really was so thankful that she was there to obviously, you know, help me out and quote unquote save my life. So that was amazing. Honestly, that lady is one of the best people I've ever met. Like, without her, I wouldn't have been here probably right now. So that was my Christmas. Hopefully everyone else has had a good Christmas. I think that's all there is to say about this, honestly. Wait, did he just fall in the... I thought he fell in the void. Yeah, he did. So I want to thank everyone for watching this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more. We are still closing in on 10k. Sorry for the delayed uploads. Obviously, I couldn't do anything with my arm, and just mentally I wasn't ready to hop on Minecraft again. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.